Welcome to Orbital Vaping headquarters. I'm Juicy Jones. That is Luke Bullish Vapes UK right there. And our guest today is Owen Ginter, our buddy, the long winding Elm. How are you, Owen?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
We're fantastic. How are you doing, Luke?
Yeah, not bad.
That's great. That's killer. We're so excited. Today we're going to get Owen's story, his vaping story, and chat with him. He's one of our favorite friends of the show. And then we're going to, and to tell you some stuff. First, we're going to do just a few little updates of stuff. What's going on, Luke? What are you doing on your channel and stuff? By the way, subscribe to Luke Polish Vapes UK. Which is a thing we'll flash here later.
Still playing around with the Spartan mod. Having a few issues with it, so I am going to contact the company and find out what if it may be just a bad chip or if I don't know.
Look, no one knows. Maybe mine's the only one that does this right. I don't know.
I know obviously you got the original one before they brought out the coloured versions, so maybe it's something that went wrong with the newer versions they brought out in the different colours. Who knows? But I will contact them and see what's going on.
I told them to send me the different colors because they take better photographs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's a surprising amount of interest in this mod, actually, because people are just interested. And, there's no reason you don't need 300 watts, but the thing is a functional thing. Kind of big. Dude, so my Limitless iJoy was supposed to be here yesterday, and the post office, screwed a pooch and didn't send it. So, I'm extremely unhappy that I don't have that thing.
I should actually have next week.
Really?
Yeah.
You'll have it next week.
I was searching around for one for ages, and then GearBest keep doing a flash sale on them, so I picked one up.
That's right, and I want to remind the viewers too that a lot of, and I'm so sorry, my ride is here. The police sirens are always coming back and forth here in downtown Seattle, but GearBest had that sale. Luke told me about it. I almost missed it, and I actually bought one of those to give away to the channel. So when I do the review of the tank, I'll give one of those away. And maybe we should do a little panel where we all talk about these things, because we need to wait till you get an avocado. Once you get this Limitless tank, because you don't have an avocado, I know, Luke,
No.
You're finally going to know what I've been talking about for the last 6 months. It's going to blow your face off. You're going to go, this is a tank, and you're going to take that aromomizer that you didn't really like anyway and throw it in the trash. You already gave me your old one and got another one you don't even like. And all those other tanks you're going to look at and go, yeah.
Yeah, I think the other good thing that I like about the style of the them RDTAs is you don't have to fill the tank, because obviously I use
you don't.
the easy drippers, so if I don't want to fill the tank, I can just drip onto the cotton and still vape. So
it works fine. It doesn't work as well with the easy dripper, I'll just tell you, and the reason is that you don't have a bed of cotton to wick out of. You end up putting more on the, you know what I'm saying? So you get the idea. But yes, you're absolutely right. That is a thing. Anyway, so we have tons of stuff going on. Oh, I almost forgot. I want to say I'm so sorry for Thursday. Thursday was a complete debacle here at Orbital Vaping headquarters. I just got up late and didn't get anything together. I mean, way late. I don't usually wake up that late. I got up at like 8:30. And because my phone went off, and I got up in the morning, and then I just went back to sleep accidentally. So I'm so sorry about that, you guys. And I got busy, and I couldn't do anything. So here we're back, and nothing's changed. Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, more Vape AM and Coffee and Clouds with Skeletor. And next week, more of this, Vaping Dawn to Dusk, with our testimony and our friends. So let's not make anybody wait. Let's let Owen speak. Speak, Owen.
Good morning, everyone.
How are you, friend?
I'm doing great. Just relaxing in my office. I'm finally on a desktop for once instead of mobile at work, so
that's fun.
It's kind of odd. I'm having to reacquaint myself with the keyboard outside of the WASD keys.
Oh, good. Are you playing Call of Duty Killing Us? You should be.
No, I'm huge into this game called Terra. It's pretty fun.
Oh, I know Terra.
You do know Terra, yeah.
Yeah, I won that sweatshirt.
Yeah,
that sweatshirt that you saw. I won that sweatshirt at PAX here. It's actually only 2 blocks away. And the deal was that they had a raid, and they had everybody. We waited for like an hour for this, and they split everybody up into parties of 5, and 5 or 6, I forgot. And the one of the dev guys was the presenter, and he was the healer, and I played the tank, and everybody else did various stuff. And we ended up killing the boss. It was like a big encounter. We had to go up the spire thing, and the guy was like, "Wow, you guys are the only people in like a day and a half that have actually done this. Like, we were hoping to give away more of these sweatshirts." And it is like the highest quality sweatshirt ever.
Yeah,
It's
no
like
shit.
4 inches thick cotton. I love that fucking thing. So anyway, that's rad.
Yeah.
That's pretty hardcore that you play that game.
Yeah, MMOs for probably the last 15 years.
That reminds me, by the way, I want to. I just want to tell all the viewers too that pretty soon here I'm going to start up just like a gaming day, like on one of the shows we're going to do, and I want to do stuff like play Marvel Heroes or free MMOs or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think Terra might be a little bit out of the bounds of some people, but I'm down. You know, like whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want to like be an achiever. I just want to have some fun with the viewers and stuff. So I think we're going to do that. So maybe we'll team up, have someone different every other week, or maybe we'll pick a game a month. You know, whatever. I don't know. We're going to do something like that though, and that'd be really fun. Yes. So
Yes.
one thing we haven't done yet is see who's in chat. Who's in chat down there, Luke? Have you checked it
Yeah,
out?
I just seen somebody pop in actually. Steve from No Backatist, which is actually my local shop that I
Oh,
go
that's
to.
killer.
I can't think the name. I can't. It doesn't ring a bell, but yeah, that's my local shop. They've got 2 in Southampton and 1 in Lee Park area.
That's
And they're
awesome.
actually just getting ready to open a new shop. They're going to be doing a grand opening because they're closing one of their shops in London Road in Southampton and moving it to the main part of Southampton, which I think they're aiming to open it for the 1st of July. And they're actually getting the Vaping Biker hopefully down for the grand opening as well.
That's killer.
Nice.
You guys should invite that Juicy Jones guy out.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
That
great?
is one of the owner, Abs. I've been speaking to him about trying to get him on the show and speak a
great.
bit about the company and stuff.
Yeah, do it. Absolutely. You can be on any week. We
And
have
I know
only a few
he's-
things booked out right now. We have the anniversaries booked out, basically.
Yeah, and I know he's quite up to date with obviously what's going on with the TPD. Obviously, being a shop owner,
Right.
he knows what's going on and what he needs to do his end.
Right. I like it. I'm down. Yeah.
Ah, there you go. Steve is the juice guy, so he's the guy that makes all their shop juices.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Hmm.
So
Well, that's great.
I don't think I've met Steve before.
Well, that's killer. Yeah, he says hi. Also, everybody in the audience, shout out. What are you guys vaping on? Say hello. Hello to you. We're gonna vape to you, me and Owen and Luke. I'm on my avocado on this, on my avocado 24 on this vape
Cricket.
mod Spartans 25.
Yeah. I've actually got I'm actually started to vape on my concentrate from Adore, the Simple Apple.
That you mixed
First
up, yeah.
impressions, it's only been steeping probably about 2 weeks.
Hmm.
At the moment, it's not as good as the one that you can buy ready-made, but I'm not sure if it's because of the VG or whatever that she uses is different from what I use, but it's pretty spot on.
You're using just tap water, aren't you? Tap water and
Yep.
spit.
Toilet water.
That's oh, right. Water, like from the toilet. Luke, what
Yep.
are you? I'm sorry, Owen. What are you vaping on? Did you say Noisy Cricket and that's it?
Yeah, of course,
You
of
just said
course.
Noisy
Noisy Cricket, Velocity, and Stifler's mom.
Oh, what do you think about the Stifler's mom, by the way?
it's. I'm lost at words with it. It's wonderful.
It's like drinking delicious
It
butter.
really is.
It's
I
like
mean,
freaking-
I catch myself nooking this stuff at least twice a day just to get a flavor of it.
It's butter, and I know, and you know that I smell it on stuff, and I'm like,
Yes.
I like smell my fingers. It's like this stuff, and the thing is, I don't think it's perfectly spot on. Like it says strawberry, Bavarian cream, and all this other stuff, but
Yeah.
to me, it's like vaping butter and a little
Yeah.
bit of strawberry, and I can't get enough. I love the stuff.
Yeah, I have 6 of their flavors now and haven't found a bad one yet.
That's killer. I definitely have ones I like better than others, but none of them are outright bad either. And I got 3 more to review soon because I got those 3 that I already did. And I'm going to remind everybody to watch that video, the AZ Swag Sauce review of those 3 flavors, because we're giving away those 3 flavors. And I'll announce the giveaway during the next review of these 3 right here, the other ones. But I love this stuff; it's really good. And of course, the big flaw with those guys is that you have to steep the stuff when you get it, and that can be a pain in the ass. If you're desperate for juice and go to them because you're on a budget, you may be frustrated because you have to wait a couple of weeks. But if you do get on a schedule, holy shit!
Yeah. Has anybody? I don't know if you've caught it on any of the websites, but the new iJoy 200-watt mod that's coming out.
I've seen it with my eyeballs, only pictures.
It's a dual 26 650.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I've seen the triple 18650 iJoy 200 watt.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I can't think what it's called,
Yeah.
XO or something. It's going to be a dual 26650, which
Yeah,
I'm really
but
interested in
yeah, but
because
it's not
that's
going to
obviously
be.
battery life.
Yeah, but it's going to have good battery life probably, but it's not going to be 200 watts
No,
with
but
two
I don't,
18650s.
I don't need 200 watts.
Yeah,
I'm
those
just
guys.
thinking of running it at like, well, my maximum is usually 80 watts, and
Yeah,
with them batteries, you're looking at a good day and a half, maybe 2 days if you're lucky.
yeah, I run 80 to 120 watts all the time, and 80 watts, 70 to 80 watts pretty much all the time.
Yeah, strictly.
Before we get too much further in here, and hold on, we asked everybody in chat what everybody's vaping on, and let's say what we said. Superstar 10 155 says Kilburg yogurt, yum, and I can't pronounce this. No Shuda Buddha, that's a cool name. Avocado RX200 just got it, loving it. We all love the Avocado Club. OTB Brian's got his OTBM. Warhead Temple RDA Lucky Plumes from Plume Juice, delicious. Plume Juice, another good budget juice. Easel's got a Sig 150 and Velocity and some menthol juice. That guy is old school. Can we just call him the original 2015? Bobby Hyde, Reese Cup, and Tony's got some Tallahassee liquid on RX200 with the limitless RDCA. Yay, we're fans of that too. I'm getting mine
Look at that
today.
combo Orbital Joe's rocking. The 213 with the Griffin 25 and the Stifler's Mob.
Nice.
What?
That's awesome. I want one of those Sig 213s. I'm skeptical that it's actually 213 watts, but I think they look so attractive, don't you guys? Mad Modders, Griffins, everyone's chiming in. I can't get everybody in here, but where you can get this juice is at swagsauceusa.com, and they're having a sale for Memorial Day, and I think they have a code. But if you use the code Juicy Jones, you can get 10% off your first order. But use the weekend code first. What is it? Memorial Day or
Memorial, yeah.
Memorial?
Yeah, Memorial.
And Brian will chime in here in a second with his with the code because he knows what it is. Anyway, you guys are all great. We love all you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, and hello to Vicky to ask her to bring me some coffee. I think. And so we love all you guys. Thank you so much. If you like these programs, be sure to like and subscribe and share them with your friends. And you can follow me on Instagram at JuicyJonesHQ and Luke on Instagram or Twitter at Instagram or at Polish Vapes UK. On Twitter, I'm actually just at Juicy Jones. And Owen here is on Instagram as at The Long and Winding Elm, which is a great name.
Homage to the Beatles.
Yeah. So before we go too far into this, I want to get your vaping story because we always get everybody's vaping story on Vaping Dawn to Dusk, and that's important to us. And so I want to know what it was for you. How was it for you to quit smoking? How long did you smoke, and what was that like for you?
Starting from the beginning, 13 years old. My dad was a 5-pack a day smoker, so
oh my God.
I was able to safely steal a pack of cigarettes from him every 3 or 4 days, and there was never any question. So,
wow.
Surprisingly enough, my first ever attempt at smoking, I got caught and suspended from school.
Wow.
And yeah, but
I tried to be bad, and they caught me.
Yeah, they got me good too. 3 days off. I worked at a shop that my mom worked at for 3 days with no pay.
Oh.
But yeah, that was my part of my punishment. But
where are you from, Owen?
I live in a suburb just outside of Detroit in Michigan, and spent my entire life here. So it's a quaint little town called Clawson. It's probably 2.5 miles square, 3 miles square. But
so you were 13 in Clawson.
Yeah. When I was 13, I was living in a small city called Ferndale.
Oh, cool.
The smoking just kept going on. That peer pressure from friends and whatnot, and everyone else was doing it, and I want to be cool. And I smoked and smoked and smoked, and I went 26 and a half years, almost 27 years, and it was right around Christmas of 2015. I was really starting to notice my sleep behavior was really sporadic and erratic and, unhealthy. And see you later, Brett. My brother-in-law was actually vaping on a small little pen type, and he said, "Hey, I've got a coupon for 50 off of one of these rigs if you're interested." And I bit. And I got one, and I had it for approximately a week, and I knew right away after the third or fourth day that I was clearly unhappy with it because I was still dual using.
Was it one of those little ego pen type things with a cartomizer on
it? Yeah, exactly. And it eventually, I contacted a friend of mine who he's a member of the Avid Life competition team. His name is Mike Minardo, Detroit nice. Mike, as you find him on the IG.
Everybody go follow Detroit Mike. If you don't already.
Questioned him as to where would you set a basic vapor start kit, and he threw out the IPV-D2 and the Subtank Mini. And by lunchtime that day, I had purchased them.
That's a pretty good kit, Owen.
Not bad, not bad.
No, not at all. That chip in the D2 is good as hell.
D2 sits at my desk all day, every day. When I'm down here, I vape on this. But by the end of that day, I knew I was done. I was absolutely ecstatic with the purchase that I had made. The D2 with the Subtank Mini, which I now have a crown on instead. But the D2 was a great unit. It is a great unit.
Holy crown.
And the thing about it for me, and I explained this to him, is that I needed that lung feeling, that rewarding inhale, exhale feeling, and that was what it took to get it. So
that
was the turn of my life right there.
I understand that too, because I need to feel that too. It doesn't have to always. I like it kind of warm, but it doesn't have to be. But I need to feel that a little bit at least.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm so surprised that you've only been doing this since last Christmas or so, because that's so fantastic. You seem so comfortable with the whole thing, and you seem. Of course, you're a pretty like technical, hands-on kind of guy too. So, like, I don't know if the viewers know, but we had some technical problems with his camera before the thing, and we got it all worked out, and it was one of the easiest things we ever had a problem with.
Right. Yeah.
Because Owen just got it to work.
I don't have a webcam, so we had to come up with an alternative. So as we're streaming now live, this is my Android phone in front of me at my computer.
Yeah,
so.
we're doing crazy stuff all the time here at OVHQ. It's awesome.
Part of the reason I like the show is it's got that certain level of spontaneity to it.
Yeah, like when it just stops. Hey, where's the broadcast? Where'd it go?
You know, even say 2 months into vaping, my wife noticed results. I noticed results.
Yeah, in your health. So you're like, what happened?
Exactly.
What was it?
My sleeping was the big one because I'm a huge snorer. I'm a heavy set gentleman, so I snore like loud, and apparently the snoring took a dip in volume. So
you said apparently. Luke, do you snore?
Yeah, I do usually.
Okay, just curious.
Yeah. So, and
my girlfriend's the one who snores in our house. Love her. So immediately your sleep got better. That's fantastic. And so you must have had some time where you're coughing shit up and stuff. Like, are you still in that phase where your body's like, oh, get the shit out of here? Or did you have anything like that? Or is it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. My lungs were rejecting all kinds of brown goo for weeks and weeks and weeks. You know,
when you stop piling it in there, it's amazing how your lungs will get rid of it as much as they can.
Regeneration is great.
Yeah, and then they start healing once they get rid of that brown sludge that's in there trying to cook cancer in you. Cigarettes are so bad. Need me say that again? I'm really happy to hear that. I am so pleasantly surprised that you were able to latch onto it so quickly. And what nic levels did you start at, and what are you at right now?
I started at 6.
Mm-hmm. In a sub-tank, so that's,
in a sub-tank, and right now the half of my AZ swag sauce is 3 and the other half is 0. So
nice.
Kind of both.
One thing I like about AZ swag is that sometimes you can ask them and they can make 1.5 too. Sometimes, like,
right on.
All of mine is in 1.5 right now, or 0. I actually should have added some nicotine to the 0 just to get it to 1% or so, because I think it has something to do with the chemistry. But man, my nic is also going down and down and down. Personally. Do you think part of that is that your exposure is real high, that you vape voluminous?
Volumes I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I've actually just upped my nic level back up a bit. I went down to 2 milligrams, obviously on my DIY, but I've just put it back up to 3 because I don't know. I don't think it's that I really need the nicotine, but I'm trying to cut down the amount that I vape.
Okay, yeah, I get
because
that.
I'm constantly vaping without really putting it down, so I'm trying to cut that down a bit.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, that makes good sense. Right. So up it a little bit, then you're not going to need to vape as much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we joke a little bit around here that Lucas vapes more than anyone I've ever seen. Like he'll sit there and vape all day, vape,
Yep.
vape.
I did. Yeah. I kind of do the same way. I'm a chain vapor for sure.
Yeah. Well, I worked out. I made 400 mils of my strawberry milk. I have possibly 80 mils left, and that is within like almost 3 weeks. I've gone through 400 mils.
That is an enormous amount.
Okay, so. Crowned. You are.
Yeah, that is an enormous amount. You're right. You got to up to Nick. That's right. So this is a great lesson. So listen to Luke. If you find yourself with like here's what happens in the worst case of what Luke's talking about. In the worst case, on the far end, you're smoking. You know, like this is a spectrum. Nicotine isn't. You know, this whole thing isn't an on or off. You know, a give or take, like everything, all or nothing thing. What happens is that this nicotine, when you're vaping, you need to match your craving to the nicotine level and your vape. That little trinity right there. So like Luke is raising his nicotine level because he's vaping too much. And if he continues on this path, what'll happen is that he'll end up, you know, if he keeps lowering his nicotine when he's not ready to yet, like it's okay to lower your nicotine over time, but if you're not ready to yet, then you will subconsciously vape more and more and more. And if you keep lowering it, you'll end up back on the cigarettes looking for, you know, an unsatisfying vape will make you think about cigarettes again. You may not smoke, but you'll think about them.
I can't tell you how true that statement is for me.
Yeah.
If it's not fully satisfying, your mind starts to wander.
Yeah, and your mind already knows about cigarettes. It knows it works, and cigarettes are extremely unhealthy.
Yeah, it's so easy to turn it back that way too. If you're not doing it the way that you need to do it.
Yeah, so don't be afraid to up and down your nicotine, you know, and also I want to remind everybody that lowering your nicotine is not a race, you know. Like Demetrius, he vapes what 6 or 9 and or 18 or something, I guess, and I forgot what he said on the show, but it was something real high.
Yeah,
I think a lot of these people,
I think it's 18.
Yeah, something real high, and he just does mouth to lung, and so you know he doesn't want to blow big clouds all the time. He just wants to get the nicotine and you know make sure he doesn't die of cancer. So don't feel bad if you know if your vape isn't satisfying, you reach out and ask for help from someone about how to manage that. Because always feel free to ask one of us or anybody on the Facebook channel or whatever. I'm really glad you brought that up. That's a cool topic.
Yeah, we had also. I'm sure you'd have probably seen it going around Facebook. Last Friday, I believe it was. We had that video put out, the documentary that the BBC done about vaping. It was quite interesting. It's hopefully going to help.
Wait a minute, I haven't heard about this documentary from the BBC about vaping.
You haven't seen it?
No, I have not.
Okay, I'll try and find it on YouTube, and I'll either repost it on my channel or I'll send some links out.
We don't get a lot of BBC, you know, like it doesn't get blasted to us very much. Don and I were just talking about how, you know, probably PBS and every other station in this country has been fighting for 20 years to keep the BBC out of the U.S. because the quality of the programming is so fucking high, you could almost not watch anything else and be fine, which is a luxury that the British people and UK people enjoy.
I'll give you a quick rundown. All they did is one of the guy that did it is like he's like a reporter. He's never smoked in his life, so he took up vaping for a month to see obviously what it would do to his body.
Interesting.
And they also got I believe without nicotine.
Okay.
But I think it may have been with nicotine because he did say it was hurting his throat, so I'm guessing it was nicotine. And they also got 26 people off the street. And split them up into 3 groups. One had to do cold turkey and just completely quit completely.
Poor fucker.
Then they had one group that had to use like nicotine patches or the nicotine gum, and then one group that did vaping. And the cold turkey, I think they only had one person that quit smoking. And I think
surprising.
out of both the other groups, I think it was either 6 or 7 people stuck to the patches and vaping. So that was pretty good.
Flavor Hunter says it was with Nick. I probably would have, in his case, done it without Nick because now he's addicted to nicotine.
Yeah, well, that's what he was worried about when he started it. That he didn't obviously want to get addicted to it, but he wanted to see obviously what the effects were from the nicotine and what it would make him feel like.
Okay, so that's the setup. What was the result of his thing?
Yeah, he obviously a lot of it was to do with, like, you had a lot of the universities and that do the research.
I see.
He went to a lot of places like that and
info.
showed you the cells, like where nicotine, people that smoke cigarettes don't heal properly within 21 hours.
Yeah, like the
But anybody
cells.
that doesn't smoke or vapes, their cells fix the normal way they should. So what can we really do? What we've been saying for the last few years, that obviously it is 95% safer than smoking. So hopefully everybody listens and they shut this TPD down, because obviously we need people to be vaping.
It sounds good. I love hearing that. I mean, listen to fucking Owen. It's like guys like this are all over the place. Guys that don't need to be smoking. Guys that don't have any ego invested in their cigarettes. You know, it's like we were all chained to those things.
Can I add a piece to that story that I told? Let me do my math here. 2002. My dad was working in the basement, cutting some wood, things like that, and he noticed he was having some trouble breathing, and went to see a doctor and was diagnosed with lung cancer. A small, no, this is not a sad story. This is not a sad story. My dad loved to smoke, and he knew it was taking him down, so he went with it, you know. And I don't want to drag the show down, but he was diagnosed with a golf ball sized tumor in his right lung that was blocking the upper 60% of his capacity. So
60 or 16?
60.
Okay.
Yeah. And he went and started treatments immediately, and 8 days later he was dead.
Oh.
It had spread to both lungs, into his blood, and started making its way to his bone. Sad that I had to lose him that way, but he loved smoking. He absolutely loved smoking. Even when they told him he needed to quit smoking, he dropped from 5 packs of Pall Mall Red non-filters to 3 packs of generic Monarch Lights. He just would not give it up. That was his passion. So,
wow, that's a strange.
Even then, as my friends and family are watching me go through this, they kept asking me, "Are you going to quit smoking? You're going to quit smoking? You're going to quit smoking?" And I always told them, "No, I'm going to smoke. I'm going to smoke. I'm going to smoke." When my lungs really started to hurt at night, that was the ticket. I'm like, "Yeah, I can't do this anymore."
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You know. It's so important. So important that we make sure that vaping is legitimized too. And we've had a little bit of progress here. I want to remind everybody to go and join Casaa and join notblowingsmoke.org and follow them and do what they say, and they can help you. Absolutely. And I'm so sorry about your father. We've all had cancer deaths too, and Luke has a similar story.
Yeah.
That's the purpose of the show, though, is to have some testimonies. We can see that there's a reason why vaping is important. It's not only a healthy alternative to smoking, because a certain number of people are going to smoke no matter what. We have to not view smoking in the myopic prism of the view that vaping. We have to not view vaping in the myopic prism view that it's only about the giving children, or the chance children can have access to nicotine. That's not what vaping is about. Vaping is about helping people not die of lung cancer. And we need to change these legal regulatory frameworks' minds and get them to stop thinking of vaping as only something that turns kids onto nicotine, which isn't true, and get them to understand the health benefits of it are too big to ignore, and the economic impact is gigantic. I saw a presentation this week that was like real long about the $3.5 billion vaping industry and the disaster that's going to hit if these FDA regulations go in effect. So,
yeah,
a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
And so, good morning to everybody who joined us. By the way, it's about 9 o'clock. This is Vaping Dawn to Dusk, and I'm Juicy Jones, and that's Polish Vapes UK, and this is our guest, Owen, the long and winding home.
Yeah, I have just found that video as well, Juicy. I'll double check and make sure it is the correct one, and I'll get it uploaded to my channel so people can see it.
That's fun. Cool. That's great. Oh, look, I see Owen has a delicious cup of coffee. So
yeah, Starbucks.
Owen, do you have children? Do you have a wife? Do you have a dog?
Yes.
I know you have a dog.
I am 16 years married, 20 years together. We have 2 beautiful children. I've got an 18-year-old that put her last day of high school in yesterday, and
Oh
we'll be
my God,
graduating next weekend.
that's freaky.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I've got a 12-year-old that'll be 13 in about 2 weeks.
Nice.
I've got 3 dogs. I've got a 110-pound female Doberman Pinscher, and a 1-year-old corgi, and a 15 or 16-week-old corgi now too. So they're
Those corgis'
Pembroke
butts are the
Welsh.
cutest thing on the internet.
Yes, they are.
They
Yeah,
are.
they do. We call it corgi yoga. When they
Oh.
get up in the morning and they stretch, they kick their back legs out behind them as straight as they can get. It's
God.
quite funny to see. But,
I don't know if anyone realizes it, but I'm a dog idiot, and I love dogs and everything about dogs, and I am a dog inside basically, and I just love them so much. So anyway, I've never known anything. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never known anything in the world that could make a grown man fall to his knees in the street and squeal in falsetto except a dog.
Yeah.
Not one thing, only a dog. Even a kid won't make a grown man do that. Even a hot car, only a couple of guys are going to do that. But any given guy, if you show him a cute puppy, he's going to go, ah! And that's magic.
Yeah, the voice goes way up.
Yeah, because everyone loves dogs more than people.
Right.
Anyway, we have Sadie too, and Sadie went to the groomer yesterday, and she had the most adorable little pink bows in her hair. They were so cute, and I had to cut them out, but they were cute.
Yeah.
She deserved it. Anyway, sorry to derail the talk on
Yeah.
dogs, but I love dogs, and we're a family show. This is a family thing. Luke has a family, and he has instead of dogs, he has kids.
Yep.
And, Owen felt like he could do both.
Yeah. I got a wife that's a real go-getter. She's actually gone all day and all day today and all day tomorrow. She's a soccer referee.
Oh my God, that's awesome!
Yeah, so she's
Don't fuck with her.
Working a tournament, and surprisingly enough, that occupation for something that she really enjoys doing makes her a lot of money. So actually, I'm guessing
Surprising.
In about 14 or 15 months, I'll be probably right down the street from Luke, hanging out for a few weeks.
Really?
So, yeah, that's
Really?
that's the point.
At the tournament,
My wife took the second job as a soccer referee to pay for a trip for her and I to go to England and spend 3 or 4 weeks.
that's
You
insanely cool.
need to hit me up then when you come down.
Of course.
For sure. I'm gonna need to know all the good vape spots. So
Yeah, and you guys
hit
can
me
do
up.
another live broadcast. We can do it out here, like a hangout,
right on.
if you want to. It'd be fun.
Yeah, definitely. I'm down.
Yeah, it'd be so fun.
Yeah.
How
So
cool is that? Well, that's
Do you know where? Do you know whereabouts you're going in England, or are you going all around?
not at all. No, my wife has all the details on the plan. She has a sister who's an army wife stationed in England right now. So that's kind of part of where we're going to be beginning with. But she knows that I'm not a big fan of her sister, and I'll definitely be able to get away and give my own personal England vacation time too. So
Great idea saying that in a live broadcast.
she could be watching too, and she would laugh with us.
I'm just kidding around.
She knows I can't stand her sister.
Rule number one is don't forget that England is only a piece of the UK, and Scotland is in the north. Ireland is next to it. To the west, it's an island. Wales is the little nip the boob on the left side. And England is the rest. Just remember that's what it is. And don't call Scottish people or Irish people or Welsh people English, or they'll punch you. That's all you have to know. That's it. That's it. You know everything now.
Yeah.
I'm not English. That's what they'll say.
Yeah. They're British.
Yeah, that's right. You're all British. You're United Kingdom-ers or whatever. Anyway, I'm so excited for you. That's fantastic. What a great idea. When are you going? Next year? This year?
Yeah, about 14, 15 months from now.
Okay, little ways.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
My girlfriend and I have a plan to go to Yerevan, Armenia in 2018 because that's the year they celebrate their 2800th anniversary. The city is like 27 years older than Rome.
Wow.
And she's Armenian. And they shut the entire city down. It's a whole city, 1.5 million people or whatever, bigger than Seattle by far, all shut down. Walking city, it's going to be the 2800th anniversary. They're going to have everything there. And you'd be surprised how many people from who are Armenian own vape companies.
Yeah.
By the way, including GovPo and some other ones.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
GovPo was Armenian.
Yeah. Well, no, not the company, but just the fellow that's the president is Armenian.
Yeah.
So Armenians are all over the world. Anyway, don't get me started on that. I love Armenians. I love Armenians.
Yeah, no, actually, my local vape store employs a gentleman who's Armenian.
Oh, that's fantastic. You always
Yeah.
know. It's so easy. If their name ends in IAN or YAN, that's it. Sometimes
Yeah.
AN. It's simple. So I've told people they're Armenian. They're like, I'm Armenian. I'm like, yeah, look at your name. Like, oh, yeah, I guess my grandmother. But I'm like, duh. You know, it's really simple. People think I'm Welsh, but I guess maybe my grandmother was Welsh. With a name like Jones.
Yeah, I've got some Welsh in my blood, too.
Right. By the way, what are you using in your beard? Because this is Orbital Vaping and Beard Care here headquarters.
I'll be honest with you right now, today, absolutely nothing.
Just Old Spice.
This is just a clean comb through with my fingers and a shampoo and a condition this morning at like 8.
Your beard has the coolest color to it. It has a gradient. It goes from like dark to light.
Yeah,
almost like a sunset. It's like cool.
It's like it's that Scottish red that just doesn't want to die.
Yeah, it doesn't want to die.
I'm not going to be taken over by the Greys.
You don't know me. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Luke,
it's
you're
great
looking very.
Yeah, I've actually trimmed mine up.
I noticed.
My beard was getting. I don't know. I've been using oils and stuff on it, but it was just getting all rough and knotted. So I gave up and chopped most of it off, and then I'm just going to let it grow and try and keep it oiled up as much as I can.
So you're just still finding the length you like.
Yeah. See, I liked it how it was, but it was always hard, and even as much oil as I was using, it wasn't staying smooth and soft. So
there's always that awkward stage where it starts to like try and curl.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I have to trim mine quite a lot. Like right now, it's from the bottom. It's starting to grow back up. So I got to get this hedge. It's like a blackberry hedge. Got to get that down.
Right there.
Oh,
this
is that
the most awkward stage of my beard growth?
That's pretty much where I was, and it was just going on for too long.
The funny thing about that is that we can't control. I wish we could control that, but without turning into like a weird kind of model. Like I've always dreamt about having a beard that I don't have, and I started loving my beard when I just finally went, nope, this is what I get. I get this. I get this beard. It's my beard. It's not some other guy's beard. It's made of actual steel that grows out of my face. It's made of. If you cut this with scissors, the scissors dull.
Yeah. Somebody in chat's asking, can you use VG to smoothen your beard?
You'd be surprised what cosmetic products have VG and PG in them. You'd be very surprised. Moisturizers have a lot of PG. So probably, but I think oils actually work better. I'm using an oil called Badger that we buy right here at Bartell, and I sent some to Luke one time. He didn't like it as much as his current one. I'd like to get some of that Gentleman's Draw beard oil. That's what we should do, is have them send us some, and we can all try it at once together, and they'll have our girlfriends and wives come on and talk. They can say like,
stroke our beard.
Yeah, that stinks.
I'm not bringing my wife on here to talk about my beard. She absolutely hates it.
Yeah,
red card!
Immediately, red card. Yeah.
Red card!
Yeah.
She's
she
not
hates
a
your
fan.
beard?
Yes, she does.
Oh.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
She doesn't beat me up about it because she knows I'm gonna do it, but she's made it very clear I'm not a real big fan. She likes the short little 3/4 1 inch long beard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nice and trimmed. Clean lines, cut at the neck, cut at the cheeks, so on and so forth.
So she wants you to make a rap album? Like
yeah.
I found another barber to try here in town I'm going to go to. And I saw a guy, it was just inside of a little walking mall. But I've been struggling to find like the perfect barber. And I found several that are very good. But like sometimes they're too expensive and I can't afford it very much. But anyway, so I found one that's in a little walking mall and I passed by and the dude that was cutting the guy's hair had a super tight beard. Who was doing the cutting, and I was like, okay, there we go. And it was one of those kind of like young, hip, urban dude places, so they do a lot of trims and cuts and shapes and fades and stuff. So I'm really struggling to find like a really good barber within walking distance of my house that can just make me look beautiful, because I'm so beautiful underneath, but on the outside it's so rough. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we've got a place around town here called the Chop Shop.
Good name.
Well, it's
Bring in your motorcycle and we'll fix it too.
Yeah, the guys that it's a men's shop, not a women's shop, and they are strictly like 60s greasers type fellows. When you walk in, they got their hair slicked back. They've got white t-shirts and blue jeans and black shoes and tons of tattoos, and it's
so they're role playing the 50s.
Yes, okay. Correct.
That's a pretty good game.
They are hair artists.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I struggle to find good men groomers that can do my look. I see a lot of guys around here that look great, but a lot of the guys just don't look like me. Like they have I just can't explain it, like I think people look at me and they instantly go like, oh, that guy's a hipster. But the truth is, like, my hair is iron and I need it to be trimmed in a certain way, and I'm just particular about my hair too. And I'm not that vain, but I just have gone to a billion barbers and none of them have been like perfect. Anyway, wow, we've gone off on a real tangent here. We could talk about vaping sometime soon here. But I must say, I love my beard. It's one of my pride and joys, and I actually am very proud of all the random discoloration and everything.
Yeah, it shows character.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like having scars. Who likes someone with no scars? That's just weird. Hey, Owen, move about 4 inches to your left. Boom. Recentered. This is the Juicy Jones Orbital Vaping, Beard Care, and Posture Center headquarters. And we have Owen here. So we have a lot of people actually with beards in the audience. Josh has got the Black Rebel Beard Co. stuff, and Brian says his wife won't use her shears on his beard for fear of dulling him. And I know that feeling exactly. I've had barbers say that.
Yeah.
Somebody is asking a question. Let's ask this. Why does it hurt when you first try vaping? I guess that question is maybe a little bit vague.
Yeah.
So Raheem Akram, be more specific maybe. I mean, the thing is, if it does, you're probably not getting, something's wrong.
Yeah, if it depends. If he means by hurt, he means the throat hit could just be the nicotine level too high.
Yeah, I need another cup of coffee.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, if it hurts, it shouldn't be. Vaping, it can be unsatisfying, but if it's hot or it's burning or it's peppery or anything like that, then you either have too much nicotine or you're burning your coils out by vaping it too high to wattage or something. So what you should do is go to your local vape shop and talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be able to correspond your nic levels with how much you smoked in a day to equivalate.
Yeah.
And if they don't, find a different vape shop.
Right. It's exactly the same as the purpose behind shifting gears in a car. The purpose behind, I'll tell you guys the answer to the trick question at the DMV that you never knew when you took the test. And the purpose of shifting gears is to match engine speed to road speed. And the purpose of nicotine levels is to match that level to your craving. You don't, you just want to make sure they match. You don't want too much. You don't want too little. Too much has side effects that are bad, like headaches, hiccups, burning throat, whatever. Too little has side effects like irritability, looking like Luke, things like that.
Yeah.
Too much has side effects like looking like me when I'm doing a review and I vape too much and I want to throw up. Franz asked who had the best beard in vaping, and obviously it's Eli Juicy Jones. I mean, you guys are extremely close, tied second.
Yeah.
In my opinion. You might have a different opinion, but that's what I think.
Yeah, there's quite a few reviewers with some really awesome beards.
That's true.
Yeah, definitely.
That's true. Like, I've met a lot of people.
But I know somebody said earlier on in the chat, their daughter said that all vapors must have beards.
Even the women.
Yeah, that was Brian, captain of Team Vaping.
Yeah,
and I know somebody else commented not long ago that they need to stop vaping because they haven't got a beard.
Well, I mean, I don't want to judge, but maybe it's true.
Maybe it's true. Yeah, there's disadvantages to having the beard and vaping at the same time. You get a lot of moisture in this area.
It's very annoying. Yeah, I use my scarf all the time.
There is a really easy trick for that. In the morning when you get up, just pick up your mod and not that razor. Just put the razor down.
Yeah.
Just Simple.
Yeah.
Just don't pick up a razor.
Right. That doesn't really change. Yeah. Okay. That doesn't change the condensation on my mustache though. That does get annoying.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. It varies on how much juice on what kind of juice I have too.
True.
Like
True.
higher. I can't really. I think it's higher VG gives me more condensation, or maybe it's higher PG.
Yeah, bigger cloud's going to be the killer.
And my sinuses too affect this because if it's going through my nose, then obviously it's more if it's going onto my mustache.
Yeah, Josh C was just saying, bearded vapor 88. He has got an awesome beard.
I look up to that beard.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
It is.
Yeah,
that is dedication. That's commitment.
Laughing at one of the comments in my YouTube videos, and I love the fact that the channel is finally growing to the point where people leave hilarious insults to me. So one of the things I saw was a guy that's like, I can only watch this fucking guy for 24 seconds, Jesus. And if it is a guy, I'm not sure. And I just laughed. I'm like, wow, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Look at it's all about beards half the time. So anyway, that was pretty funny. One of these days I'll start doing highlights of those.
Right.
Yeah. Just things.
Juicy reads mean comments.
Yeah. Shit people said this week.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll get more. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
All right. So what about you? Well, I know that. Have you got an iJoy Limitless tank, Owen?
No.
Are you considering one?
No. Right now, my money's all going to donations for the most part.
All right. I know you said I know you said you were in a buying freeze and you bought something, so I just wondered if that was going to happen again.
I mean, I'd like to get the Limitless. It does look, worthy of purchasing.
We're going to see. I mean, it looks pretty good to me. Mine should be here today, and it's going to be the people at Wicked Park Vapors sent that to me. Oh, I'm sorry. What am I saying? Not Wicked Park. The people at Vapor and Co. sent that to me. So I'm so excited, and I'm going to be able to see. But I mean, to me, I'm not so much trying to figure out if it's I'm not trying to like one up the avocado. What I'm trying to figure out is are there two great tanks? Like we know that the avocado and the avocado 24 are great. They're better than the other 4 or whatever. And I just don't want it to be the 5th one on the list.
Right.
Because right now the avocado and the avocado 24 are really just the 2 best things that I've got.
That thing changed my life.
Yeah, me too. That's
honest
the 22,
to God.
Right?
Yeah, no, that's the 24. I don't know the 22.
It's kind of fuzzy. Yeah.
What I've seen as well from like comments on Facebook about the avocado and the Limitless, a lot of it is people's own opinion and what they like, because a lot of people have got the 24 avocado but they prefer the Limitless, but they said it's harder to not build on, but once you've got it right, it's better than the avocado. Some people absolutely love the avocado, so it is just a matter of opinion. I think. Yeah,
I'm 100% certain that thing of like, that's 100% the preference. Because if you're prouder of yourself because you built on your Limitless and you think it's great, then you're going to think it's better than your avocado that you didn't.
Yeah.
And the truth is, the avocado 24 is harder to build on than the 22. So
really?
Whatever. Yeah, even though the holes are smaller on the 22, the deck holes are freaking 4.5 millimeters. It's much easier to wick. You just go clack, 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 clack.
It's funny you mention that, because I found if you run with 2.5 millimeter coils, the wicking gets even easier.
Yeah.
So you don't have so much cotton going through the holes.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, the 3 mils just got to be a little too much cotton.
Yeah, on the 24, I believe that, definitely. And I think probably, like the Theorem didn't have this problem. The Theorem had a single coil. You could put a 4.5 mil coil in there. I put a 4 millimeter coil in mine. It was fine. But we'll see with the Limitless. I mean, to me, I'm just excited. I like the fact that this design idea has surfaced back to the top. I was disappointed in the Theorem, but I love these things. And to me, just having looked at the thing I'm trying to figure out is, the one thing that the avocado really's got that nothing else has is like being a super killer first-time builder's thing. Like, I can tell people to buy the avocado, and if it's your first thing, it's got a big velocity deck. The 24 is easy to build on. It's weepy. It gets weepy around the seal on the top. Big deal. I have to wipe it off a lot. but it's really easy. And the 22 is really easy too. And so I really like those devices for that reason.
No, I found I get most of my weeping between the two metal pieces that make up the cap.
At the top.
Yeah.
The old one had an O-ring, and this one doesn't have an O-ring. So I promise you on V2 of this, we're going to see an O-ring under that thing.
Yeah, good idea.
And that'll force the liquid to go inside the cap instead of coming out the top.
Yeah.
Or out the holes, which it does that anyway with the one we have now. So they'll definitely make that change.
Yeah, I dripped so much it was ridiculous, and then I looked at this thing and thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot, and every single day, all day, this thing gets filled.
I know, mine too. And it also turns over better than other tanks. Like, your coils are sitting right there, and if you don't overwick like other idiots do, you make sure you underwick, you can just pour new liquid in there, and then you've vaped out the old stuff, and the new stuff, you start tasting that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So you can actually taste 3 mils at a time.
I watched, I think it was Mike Vapes. I'm not sure how you're going to do yours, Juicy, but I'm going to probably try wicking my Limitless the way that he did it. He actually leaves one side of the wick long, and then the other side is just on the top. I don't know.
I'm not doing that
that's what he's been trying. He tried obviously the normal way, like you do your avocado, but for the Limitless, he seemed to find it wick better if you have one long wick and then one short wick on the other end. So I don't know. Be interesting to see.
Maybe. That wouldn't occur to me, definitely. I don't.
What kind of coils do you got in your avocado, Juicy?
In the 22, I've got a 7-wrap fused Clapton dual coil 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-wrap dual fused Clapton at about 0.42, and in the 24, I have a single core Clapton. I think it's like 26 on 32 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wraps, 9 or 10. I can't quite count, and it comes out to 0.52 or so.
Yeah.
And so these are kind of high builds ish.
Yeah, have you ever tried Flat Bastards?
Flat Bastards are the ones that have the cores and then the flat wire wrapped around it, right?
Yeah, it's usually twisted camphor with ribbon wire claptoned on.
I've tried one Flat Bastard build like that, and what it was is it was a triple series build that James built me for the Goon. In fact, it's in there now. Actually, maybe I'll just vape it.
Yeah,
it's real
the only
spitty,
thing,
but good.
Yeah, that's the only thing I found. It was a while back now. Aid sent me down a set pre-built coils, and I've found the flavour from the Flat Bastards was so much better than standard Claptons. So I've actually just got some in the post today, some pre-made Flat Bastards, so I can chuck them in the Limitless when I get it, and I'm probably going to chuck them in the Twisted Messes as well.
That's
you
killer.
said the Flat Bastards are better?
Yeah, I found better flavour.
Fair enough. I'll have to give that a shot.
Yeah, this is a triple series, or a triple parallel that he built, and one of these is a Flat Bastard. This actually came out to 0.18. I put my logo on my Joytech stuff. Juicy Jones. Oh, maybe I should turn up the watts. So that's interesting.
Raheem is asking, what flavour is yours? Green hat guy.
My name is Juicy Jones. And what flavor is what? The avocado? On the avocado, I'm vaping. On the 24, I'm vaping Stifler's Mom because it's delicious. And on the 22, I just finished an entire thing of the Liquid Sky e-liquids that I just got of Mythical Milk, which is the strawberry milk.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Also, another question, would be a good question for everybody. I know Juicy has started making his own Clapton wire. Fixed in Focus is asking what the best Clapton wire brand to buy is. A lot of the recent Clapton wire used was UD, but another good one that I've been using is Thunderhead Creations. Really nice Clapton wire, which this is another one that the Nobacatists, they actually stock. Yeah. It's really nice Clapton wire as well.
Yeah, and I like the UD stuff, and also obviously the stuff that you get from private people on Instagram is very good too. But Watofo makes some pretty good pre-built wire too, don't they?
Yeah, I've never used any of theirs before.
Right on.
Yeah, I've made one purchase of clapton wire that was already pre-made. Every other clapton I've had has been on my own. So
Right on.
yeah,
So you make your own coils, huh? Talk about that a little bit. Tell people like how you do that and what you think about it.
It was like learning how to swim. I just jumped right in, snapped up a whole bunch of wire, and snapped up the Coil Master kit. Anybody who's looking to buy that, make sure they get version 2, not version 1. But the coil jig was wonderful. It just makes it so easy to spin and slide off and then readjust, and was at that point, once you start a handful of regular round wire coils, you get comfortable with how to put them together and how to line them up, and
yeah,
the next thing you know, you're pulling the drill out and buying some 40 gauge and standing there and some YouTube help on how to put them together, and voila, next thing you know, you're claptoning. And then once you get to understand how to make your claptons, then it's real important to learn resistances in regards to different wires, so that okay, well, I want to go on my mech mod and I want clapton, so I'm going to do a 20 or a 22 or 22 or 20 gauge 4. Instead of on my series where I'm going to run a 26 or a 28 for, so.
Yeah, totally. And and that's not for everybody either. I love making claptons and it's fun, but you guys don't have to feel bad about buying used wire or whatever if you don't want to. And if other people are making wire and selling it privately or even on Instagram or whatever, support them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wire.
Yeah, if you want claptons and you can't make them, buy them.
Yeah, I believe William is 225.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He said about Coil Master are also now doing coils. I don't know if anybody's seen. Obviously, I think we spoke about it last week. Their sonic cleaner they brought out. Phil Basado. Wow, I say he spoke about it. He got one in the post from them, and he didn't even open the box. I don't think he's even thinking of reviewing it because
it's just a freaking bad consumer thing. It's not even.
Yeah, they've just chucked their name on it to make money out of it, which is the same thing they've obviously probably doing with the wire as well.
Right. So support the people on Instagram. Look out for those guys. People like Vaping Micra, and people Travis from Overdose Vapes. I mean, the people sell coils all the time.
Yeah, and, Micra's coils are so awesome. That's why I gave him the nickname Drip Dr. Darren. Nice. Because his colors are just beautiful.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He is.
I haven't tried his coils. I want to. And when you go to conventions, and ask your local vape shops, and when you go to conventions, also ask around. People will be selling coils. Buy them by the dozen. It's good. So what is it? We're getting pretty close to the end here. It's about 58 minutes into the hour, and that's almost our pumpkin time because Luke has lives or whatever, and we have to go out to the in-laws today. We're driving out to the peninsula. Yay! I'm gonna put the guitars in the car and stuff.
Yeah, I've got another party tonight. We had my Vicky's dad's 40th yesterday, and I've got my mum's 60th today. So
nice. Wait, so Vicky's dad is 40?
Yeah.
That's real young.
Yeah.
Wow, that makes me feel incredibly old.
I'm 60. Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday to both of them. Absolutely, that's fun.
Definitely.
You guys got any fun plans for Memorial Day?
No, I haven't.
Sunshine and alcohol. That's all I got planned.
I'm surprised the British don't celebrate Memorial Day. It's an American holiday. Don't you celebrate all American holidays?
No. Afraid not.
The biggest joke in the world right there.
I got a question for Owen. What is your... I know you're using the Noisy Cricket now. Do you mainly use mechanical unregulated, or what's your main mod you're using all the time?
My go-to mod is this guy right here.
The Ranger.
The Ranger from at RAFMods, RAFFMODS on Instagram. It is a husband and wife team, Mel and Mike Rafferty, and it is a series mod that has electronics on the inside, so it is regulated semi.
Yeah, so like the Hexome.
Yes, very much. The reason why
the mod.
Yeah, the reason why I went with the Ranger was simply the push button.
Pretty colors.
Like that green. Yeah. So, besides that, the Noisy Cricket. I usually carry my Timekeeper clone with me, wicked and ready to go. But my basics are sitting in the back room. I've got a Vicious Ant Phenom that I don't use. I'm pretty sure it's a clone because it gets super hot, but my Fuchai 200, which I used to use on a regular basis. Now I don't usually use that. My Ranger mod is my number one go-to.
The Fukai liar.
Yeah.
Fulai.
Fulai.
You lie, Fukai. Sigelli has a chronic lying problem. Just saying.
Well, I think that what they're trying to say when they spit this out is that their device could handle this kind of wattage. That it's tests positively at that rate. I just don't think that when they're running their tests, they're using dual 18650s at the shop. I think they're wiring it up to some, 120 volt stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the guys at Spartans who were saying, make sure you use 40 amp batteries.
Right? Yeah.
Like, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, for sure.
How can I afford 2 unicorns for this thing? Jeez.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we want to thank all of you guys in chat. If you like these programs, like and subscribe. You can follow all of us on Instagram at the names that you see written on the screen here. I'm Juicy Jones. That's Polish Vapes UK. And that's our friend, the long winding Owen Ginter. This has been really fun, Owen. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you guys bringing me in. It's always fun.
It is fun.
Yes.
Luke, I hope you have a great weekend.
Yeah, I think I've got a couple of reviews to do tomorrow at work, so I may, if I can be bothered, I've got some ready on YouTube, but I've got some that need to be done, so I may get around to recording them tomorrow.
That's awesome. Killer. That'd be great. I'm looking forward to it. All right, well, we want to thank all you guys. Skype just went out for some reason.
Yep.
Yep, the video's gone. Can't say why, but we love you guys. We're going to stop this and I'm going to vape out. Thank you.